Alright, Shalom. This is the brother Mayum coming at you from GMS Tampa Bay. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and sincerity. Alright, so I just kind of want to go into a little in transit video here pertaining onto the new covenant. Alright, that Israel is going to receive. Alright, and the Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Alright, and that covenant is only for Israel. Alright, first and foremost, let's put that out there. Alright, for you Christians that believe that everybody's going to be saved out of every nation. Alright, that's wrong. Alright, it's only going to be the Israelites out of the nations that the Lord dispersed us into, as it reads in Revelation. Alright. Nonetheless, all right, the point that I want to make about the new covenant, all right, is that the other nations are going to look at us like the Israelites were looking at Moses when Moses came down from Mount Sinai. All right, they're going to be in complete awe because we're going to be shining. We're going to be made bright. All right, why? Because this truth is going to be in us, and this truth is the light of the world. All right. Let me check, make sure this. All right, okay. This truth is the light of the world, and when we get this truth, that we're going to be made to shine. All right, let me read this. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4, and I'm just going to start at verse 1. It says, "Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live and go in and possess the land which the Lord power of your fathers giveth you." So you see, Moses commanded Israel to follow. Well, really, it was from the Lord. All right, it was the Lord who commanded him. Obviously, he gave the commandment to Moses, and Moses brought it on down. You know, just like he did with all the law, statutes, all the rest of the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, but it says, "Ye shall not add on to the word which I command you, neither shall you diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your power, which I command you." And that's a straight cut on you Christians. All right, because you Christians like to say, oh, you know, you want to cut out the dietary laws. You know, you want to cut out really all the laws, statutes, and commandments. You Christians try to take them out of the Bible like they don't exist anymore. But it was clear that the Lord said that, all right, that not to take anything out of the book of life, man, and that he that addeth or taketh shall be blotted out of the book of life. You see? And you get you Christians out there, you get these other Israelites groups that are running their mouth, which again is the same thing that you Israelites were doing back then. All right. And it says, verse 3, "Your eyes have seen what the Lord did because of Baal Peor, for all the men that followed Baal Peor," and that was a Moabite god, deity, all right, that Israel was worshiping, I believe, in the land of Shittim, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. This Numbers 25. Yep, Shittim. All right, they were over there worshiping that damn that other deity. All right, that Moabite deity. All right, and what happened to those guys? They all got killed. The Lord had them all killed, man. Gave the commandment down to Moses, and Moses had them men killed, man. All them people that were worshiping that God, the Most High had killed. All right, said, "The Lord thy power hath destroyed them, all right, from among you. But ye did cleave unto Yahweh your power." Oh, Salak. "But ye that did cleave unto the Lord your power are alive, every one of you, this day." All right, and see, this to this very day, here we are spiritually still here, man. All right, the same men that have always believed in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man, are the same men that are still believing in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai today. All right, it's just the rest of you, the rest of the 2/3 of Israel, they're gonna have to get it the hard way, man, because they've been a stiff-necked and hard-headed people their entire lives. Okay. Verse 5 says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgment, even as the Lord my power commanded me," all right, "that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it." And you see, when we get the kingdom of heaven, all right, that's when we're going to get that new covenant, and we're going to be able to live, we're going to be able to be in our land over there, you know, and we're going to be made perfect, because we're not going to be able to go off, and it's going to get into it. All right. It says, verse 6, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and in your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all the statutes and say, well, actually, let me get this precept. This is what I was thinking in my head. All right. Speaking on the new covenant, when we get it into the kingdom, and we're going to be able to live in the land, because we're going to be able to follow the laws 100%. All right. That was Jeremiah 31, I believe 33, if I'm not mistaken. All right, come on. It says, Jeremiah 31 and 33, it says, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith Yahweh. And we're in those days, all right? Because it said after those days, and we're living in those days, which are what? The last days, the end of times, the end of Esau's rulership, and the time for Jacob to come into rulership. All right, those are the times that we're living in. It says, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith Yahweh. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. And you see, that's why we're going to be able to go into that land, because we're going to be made perfect. All right, we're going to be made perfect, because we're going to be able to. We're going to have the laws written in us, in our hearts. We're going to already know the laws, all the laws, statutes, and commandments, and we're going to keep them. All right, so going back to here, verse 5 again, Deuteronomy 4, verse 5 says, behold, I have taught you statutes and commandments, even as the Lord my power commanded me that you should do so. All right, and those were the laws that were given unto Moses, that were given unto Israel. All right, but what? We weren't given those law, statutes, and commandments in our inward parts. We had to learn them. Okay, and so because the flesh is weak, we weren't able to go into that land. And it said, and because we weren't able to follow all the laws, statutes, and commandments, because our flesh would make us go off. Okay, and it says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, as the Lord my power commanded me that you should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. So you see, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding comes from the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, so when we try to follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities, all right, we receive that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And so in the kingdom, when we have the law, statutes, and commandments within us, we're going to have all the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of everything. Okay, we're going to be made perfect once again. And it says, for this is your wisdom and your understanding, in this verse 6, in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these judgments and say, surely this great nation is wise and understanding, is a wise and understanding people. And that's how these other nations are going to look at us, because we're going to be wiser than just imagine King Solomon on steroids, man. That's how we're going to be in the kingdom of heaven. You know, we're not going to know. Who knows what we're going to know, but hey, we don't know what we're going to know, but we're going to know a whole lot, you know, because we're going to have the law, statutes, and commandments. We're going to have wisdom of everything. Okay. But hey, you know, with that, you know, I'm going to go ahead and close out, man. You know, just a video that, you know, something that was on my spirit, you know, meditating about it at work today. But with that, hey, Lord willing, you brothers were edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. We're another day closer to getting up out of here, Akim. All right, you know, we're getting ready to come up, and we're coming into the time of the Passover. All right, which is just about a couple weeks away. You know, and spirits are heavy right now. All right, on the right and left hand side. All right, so you know, we almost, things are amping up around the whole earth. All right, and we're about to get up into we about to get out of here, man, and receive our spiritual bodies, man. All right, but with that, hey, Shalom, Akim.